Hey guys, Damien here. So there's a movie called Slumdog Millionaire. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend watching it. It's a good movie. It's about this young man who goes through a whole bunch of crazy circumstances all throughout his life that land him in all sorts of crazy places of the world, learning all sorts of interesting facts. And he ends up going to the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like the India version. And every question they ask him through these crazy random experiences that he had, he just knew the answers to, right? Well, I say that to say this. What's been going on with me and my quest just to make sense of why is it that every Republican and Democratic president since 1948 has always agreed to give Israel foreign aid? I only wanted to find out that one answer, guys. And that quest has led me to so many things that I'm going to be like, that's an amazing story that no one's ever heard. This is an amazing story that's tied to this that no one's ever heard. So is this one. And I'm going to blow y'all's minds. I know that sounds like it's propaganda. I'm not doing this for views or clicks. I don't make any money from these views. I assure you, I'm going to blow your mind. If not, let me know. That's not a big deal. You'll know it when you know it. Trust me on that. But anyways, my next video that I wanted to make was going to be about the three branches of government and how they are all corrupt. And I'm going to show examples of that throughout my video series. The legislative, executive, and judicial. So the legislative, just think L like literature, right? They're the ones that write the laws, write the policies. The executive, think like an X behind your back, like you're under arrest. Like they're the ones like the police. They're the ones that enforce those policies, enforce those laws. And then the judicial, third branch, just think judicial like judge. They're the ones that say, all right, you were involved in the trafficking of young kids and doing unimaginable things to them. We are going to punish you via 1 year in prison, 5 days a week. You can be in home confinement. That would be an example of the judicial system failing. But I wanted to first talk about the legislative system. Before I did that, between yesterday and today, I stumbled upon a book that I never knew existed, and I bet you didn't either. The book is called The Samson Option: Israel's Nuclear Arsenal and American Foreign Policy. I'm going to repeat. There is a book that part of the title is called Israel's Nuclear Arsenal and American Foreign Policy. So anyways, I want to give you a preview of that before I get into how our government is corrupt, which I'll go into my next video, but just a preview. This book is about how Israel became a nuclear power in secret. It also tells how that secret was shared, sanctioned, and at times willfully ignored by the top political and military officials of the United States since the Eisenhower years. Let me repeat that again. Willfully ignored by the top political and military officials of the United States of America since the Eisenhower years. In it, you will find many senior American officials being quoted, most of them for the first time, about what they knew and when they knew it. These officials spoke to me not because of animosity towards the Israeli government, but because they realized the hypocrisy of the American policy of publicly pretending that Israel's nuclear arsenal does not exist. That policy remains in effect as this was written. I chose not to go to Israel while doing research for this book. For one thing, those Israelis were willing to talk to me, were far more accessible and open when interviewed in Washington, New York, or in some cases, Europe. Furthermore, Israel subjects all journalists, domestic and foreign, to censorship. Under Israeli rules, all material produced by journalists in Israel must be submitted to by military censors, who have the right to make changes and deletions of the video if they perceive it to be a threat to Israel national security. I could not, for obvious reasons, submit to the Israeli censorship, for this person has balls and smarts. Those in the past who have broken the rules have been refused re-entry to Israel. Those Israelis who have talked were not critics of Israel's nuclear capability, nor would they feel secure without the bomb. They spoke because they believe that a full and open discussion of the Israeli nuclear arsenal and the consequences of its deployment is essential in a democratic society. So, I will, in my next video, explain how what I found in this book is going to correlate to things called FARA, and how our legislative system, the first of our three branches, how that one is corrupt. I'll explain all of that in my next video. Stay tuned.